Welcome to another Soccer Down Here 1v1. Time to catch up with Matt Laczko of the Atlanta District Amateur Soccer League, otherwise known as the ADASL. Matt, thanks for hanging out with us for a 1v1.
Hey, and I'm glad I got to join you, talk about the league, and I think this is going to be a fantastic interview.
All right, so for those that aren't completely up to speed on the ADASL, a bit of a history lesson and just kind of break it down for folks as to where it is in the soccer footprint here in the Atlanta area.
So the ADASL has been around for now our 53rd year of action. I would say we've been around since the founding of the Atlanta Chiefs. It was the first idea of basically create a local league with the Chiefs in an attempt to grow the game in the metro Atlanta area. Phil Woosnam was one of the biggest names that helped actually create the league, and he is one of the major reasons why the league got its start initially. During this time, I would say the ADSL has seen countless state championships. We've had teams that have come out like Data Graphic, which is one of the most winningest teams in the Atlanta, Georgia, southeast of America, like soccer history. They have won they were in 5 national championships, 11 regional cup finals, won state cups, were a legacy in the southeast. So that's kind of where we have been over the last 53 years. I will say that the ADSL over the last 20 years has really gone more of a grassroots style, where we have been focused on growing the local game in different communities, neighborhoods, and really focus on just growing the game from the ground up, whether it's having teams that have associations with youth soccer, players in the youth soccer scene, and everything from the ground up.
Separate divisions these days, and there's a pro-rel element to it, I believe?
Yes, so we are the only real pro-rel league in the state of Georgia. We don't really accept teams into Division I based on non-merit. We only accept teams based on merit, and that is winning your way through our second or third division if we have enough teams. Currently, we only have 2 divisions. In the past, we've had up to 3 divisions with everything from over 30 league to a separate division within a division. It's complicated. Our history goes back a while, so there's a lot of different things that we've done. And currently, we're having a promotion playoff from Division 2 to Division 1. And because of the COVID-19 outbreak in March, we had to actually stop that early, and we will have 4 additional teams join Division 1 instead of 2.
All right, so the desire to get back out and play is across the board here in the United States, and we could be talking about any particular sport across the board. We're seeing it in soccer, where Major League Soccer came back with the MLS's back tournament down in Orlando, and now they're getting back into individual markets, and it could be with fans, it could be in closed door situations. Same in the USL Championship, same in USL League One. When it comes to the ADASL's desire to come back, I know that it doesn't matter what league we're talking about here, there have to be health protocols in place to get back into things, and the ADASL has come up with their own, yeah?
So we have been working, I want to say, since early July, putting together a committee of either team representatives, player reps, managers, executive committee members. That is our COVID task force, basically, for our league. This is something that our league president, Richard Goldsmith, he's the team manager for Terminus FC, and he is a long-time member of the ADSL, back to when he actually played soccer in the metro Atlanta area. And this was a major point made by him, that we have teams that are ready to play. we want to play, but we also are really focused on making sure that player safety comes first. And really, the guidelines that we have set up are based on science and facts that we perceive to be the main qualifiers for letting league play resume or restart in this case. And right now, thanks to the people that are on our committee, we are hopefully going to be releasing these guidelines within the next few days. Right now, we actually do have COVID-19 guidelines and resources on our website, which is adasl.com, and I believe it is going to be on our front page, actually. And so we are really looking to try and push this strategy as part of the mitigating of risk, because we can only control what is on the pitch, and in all cases that we want to mitigate, we want to make sure that we're pushing this to our players, to our teams, to our managers, that this is the best way that we can help protect your players and protect our families.
What are some of the highlights?
So I believe that the biggest thing is we are using 3 metrics from Fulton DeKalb County based on numbers like the new cases per 100,000 on a 7-day rolling average. We have a percentage test positivity, which comes out every Wednesday, that is based on the 2 counties. And then we also have the healthcare system demand in Region 3, which is based on the 23 of the 27 hospitals in this area of Metro Atlanta. And so in order for us to actually play, we need to meet these metrics at what is the safest way. So right now, looking at our website, actually we have it up to date. If we were to play right now, we would be in yellow. So there's 3 steps. There's red, yellow, green. Green is we're safe. Go ahead and play. We're still going to have restrictions, but right now the caseload is not as bad. Yellow is heightened alert. That might mean we might postpone games. We might not even have as many games during a weekend. And it is more of a heightened alert. So this may have us suspend the season in some cases if we see conditions deteriorate. And then we have red, which is we will suspend play. It will not resume until 2 weeks after, once we are out of the red. So right now, red started on August 14th, 2020. So right now we wouldn't be able to restart play until 2 weeks following that. And currently, based on our stuff, we're all in the yellow. So luckily our trends are going down, but we're still in that sense of we might not play, or we can only have a limited amount of games.
And what is communication like between teams and the league and the individual players when it comes to needing to make decisions on a short-term basis, on a very short-time turnaround? Let's say something changes quickly. Is it just as easy as getting the word out in some kind of a blast, or what's that line of communication to sit there and say, okay, things are changing one way or the other. Here's how you guys can be kept as up to date as possible for those who are involved in the ADASL.
So the executive committee is the overarching committee that helps manage the games, the scheduling, the overall communicators with the team managers. Now, the executive committee is in charge of communicating with managers. The managers are in turn communicating with the players. So with this, we are really the executive committee has taken it a further step where they are in contact with the managers on a weekly basis right now, currently, because we are postponed until October for now. So we have delayed the start of our season from September to October. with that being said, our team commitments will also be delayed, basically. So teams will have to delay their commitments to join the league this year as well. So with that, our executive committee has taken it a step further and are now weekly, following up on emails, being very communicative with managers. If players have questions, our executive committee can answer them if needed, and if player representatives want to come to our meetings, we welcome them to any of the meetings. We had with our committee meeting 2 weeks ago, we talked about everybody's feelings, what they're worried about. We had player reps that were worried about different things, and really we take those into consideration when it came to all of this. Whether it was team responsibility, league responsibility, or even like rules and processes, we took everybody's worries, their concerns, we took everything into consideration.
Matt Laczko, the ADASL, the Atlanta District Amateur Soccer League, hanging out with us for a Soccer Down Here 1v1 as their new protocols have come online to try to get action back out and play when it comes to the ADASL. When it comes to, you mentioned players were welcome to committee meetings and things like that. When these protocols were being discussed, what was the feedback that the ADASL was getting from the players, and I guess how much interaction was there when it came to coming up with this game plan? What were a part of the conversations? I guess I'm trying to ask the level of player and coach involvement in getting these protocols in place. And you mentioned the medical aspect of it and looking at hospitals and local guidelines and things. I guess one, what were players and coaches thinking as these were being formed, and what's the feedback been since they've come online?
So with our committee, actually, we have several managers and players. We have people like Alex Varghese, who is the current manager for Georgia Tech's club team. He is a student at Georgia Tech, and he was really worried about the spread off the field with families, and how we could start working on team responsibility, individual player responsibility. And when it came to that, we also had managers talk about how within these leagues, players might play for multiple teams in different leagues, and how we can know they're being honest. And really what it came down to is we need to demand and expect responsibility. And with this, we had a lot of feedback where it came down to managers need to take responsibility for their teams, players need to take responsibility for themselves, and I believe that when it came down to it, I think every manager has been on board. We've had some hesitancy when it comes to just mitigating spread, talking about the fact that this virus is real. We can't really shy our faces away from it and say, oh, no, it's fine, let's play soccer. But in reality, it's a real threat, and we want to take this seriously. We have players that have had children over the off-season. We have players with young children. We have players that live with their families still. And we have older people that are managers, that are part of our league. And we feel that responsibility to really protect ourselves, our league members, people that we don't even know that are a part of this community based on their relationships with players. And with that, we've had a lot of positive feedback when it comes to demanding this responsibility, how we look at this as a long-term problem and that we're taking this to heart. And in all honesty, it's just a matter of how our managers are now going to react, because this isn't just a Division I issue or a Division II issue. This is across the board. We're going to take this into consideration. And we have full support from our executive committee. We have full support from our managers right now, and I've only heard positives when it comes to talking to the players.
So, once again, when it comes to the current timelines for getting back out onto the field, the guidelines, the health guidelines, the COVID-19 guidelines are coming. They're in place. You can go to the website, and we'll talk about the website once again toward the end of things. But the timelines, once again, for emphasis, what are the parts of the calendar that folks need to be looking at to make sure that they're a part of, as they're a part of the ADASL, what's the calendar looking like right now?
So currently we are hoping to have play resume in October, the first weekend, so that would be October 4th. And so that would be the start of the ADASL season. Now, with that being said, we are looking to probably just play a regular season this season, because we don't know for sure if we want to risk extra games with the Parent Cup, which is our usual intra-league season tournament. That is still being decided by our executive committee. I can't really commit to that being happening or not. But with the regular season, we are hoping to restart play in October. With that happening in October, we're hoping to see the league continue play into the spring. And because our league is a year-round league, we're hoping to finish in March or April. And so we're hoping that that continues. We're going to be working with currently we are working with the Georgia Referees Association. We are making sure that they understand what the rules and processes that we are opening up to the committee and to our managers. We're working with finding venues right now, because with COVID-19, the real issue that we have had is public venues. APS is currently holding off on allowing use of public venues until after August they will decide. So that leaves a lot of teams without home fields, and we're currently working with our teams in tandem. We have another separate committee that's going to be working to find fields, and this isn't just a ADSL issue. There's several leagues in the Metro Atlanta area that are Sunday leagues or even weekday leagues that have this issue. I know Sons of Pitches, they have this issue right now with their current fall season coming up. That is something that will be discussed within the next few weeks. And I think October, once we get the commitments following September, I believe, Labor Day weekend, once we get team commitments, we will be filing our schedule the following week, and then we will go ahead and have league play 2 weeks after that.
So with Labor Day as the next big marker for folks that are taking a peek at the calendar, for folks that want to keep an eye on everything that's going on with the ADASL, how do they do it? All the social media, all the website stuff. Go ahead and hit me with it.
So it is adasl.com, and so we will have our schedules posted up there, and that is actually will be on our front page once schedules are posted. We are also at ADASL_soccer on Instagram and Twitter, and ADASL Soccer on Facebook. And we can be found on all three platforms. We have been posting about our current protocols and the standards that we are asking our players to have, and we'll be highlighting teams now and then. We have a lot of new teams coming into the league, and we're very excited about our Division I league standings and the teams that are coming up from Division II. And we're very excited to see how many new teams come into Division II and shake up things.
Matt Laczko of the Atlanta District Amateur Soccer League, the ADASL, letting us know what's going on and updating everybody on what is going on as they hope to return to play. First notifications set out after Labor Day, hoping to go with October. Matt, thanks for hanging out with us for a Soccer Down Here 1v1. Keep us posted on everything going on with the ADASL as you guys are looking to return to play, and the tremendous investment that you guys have had in coming up with your protocols to make sure everyone can be as safe as possible. Thanks for all the efforts that you and the executive committee are doing to make sure that the ADASL can get back out there when it can. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, no problem. And make sure everybody wear a mask. Social distance, wash your hands. We're working to flatten the curve.